some juicy SY softball hecky. It will only happen on Chronicles with Hank. Everyone's waiting for the next episode. It will only happen when we are in the car. Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles.
Hank first pitch to lead, 8-3, over, Hank to left.
Wow, we are back. I think we should
Calm
first.
down, I think. Calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down, but either way, this is episode 13 of Carpool Chronicles. Many of you at home thought that after 12 it was over and we called it quits.
I don't think anybody thought that until you started opening your fat mouth every single day, crying about Hank ditched me. When you know what Hank did to me? Half Hank.
First of all, Mr. I don't have a smartphone and I can't see anything, and you see everything every single night somehow. Let's just address that for a moment. But let's just get back to actually what happened. There was a major fallout, and there was a good portion of time where there was no more show, and it was over. And Hank, wasn't because of me. I wanted to keep going, and the studio audience at home wanted to. The audience at home wanted to keep going, and you are the reason why we stopped. So now I'll get back to what happened. I remember, it was actually the first day of the fancy food show in the Javits Center, and I get a text from Hank while I was at the show, just out of the blue, after we have this rapport and our rides and our gas and our show, and are you coming back with me? I'm like, yeah. He sends me a picture, and I can even send it to you. Whoever wants to know, I'll send you the picture. Because you're sitting here, and you see a picture of 3 mules in the back, and this much space, and if you know that my abo is not this big. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, without any, nothing, zero. I'm like, who's in the car? He said, my West cronies. I can show you the text message. And even in the car right now, we have David, who is hiding behind Hank right now. Please show your head for a second. There it is. You see his little, here you go.
He's out of attendant officially.
He's officially out of attendant now, but no one in attendant has a smartphone, so no one's going to see this anyway.
That's a good point.
So I don't know what he's scared of, but he was actually sitting in the front, the shotgun seat, and I'm not blaming him. David didn't do anything wrong. Hank is scum for this. I'm sorry.
It's my fault.
You didn't.
It's my fault that all these Yosef Rosari guys decide to come to Lakewood just
No.
for the summer.
No. It's your fault.
All of them are spending $35,000, or I don't know about David, but all the other ones, they're all spending $35,000 to live there, but have no idea how they're getting to the city every single day, how they're commuting to work.
Why are you getting?
You know how they're commuting to work?
Why are you
with
getting
me and my stupid little Tesla?
So now, why are you?
That's their grand plan for the summer.
So this is not. Don't try to deviate off course right now.
No, because you know what? I'm a nice guy, and I don't tell people no.
You're not a nice guy. You're not. You know what you are? You're a fraud. You're a fraud.
I never once told you.
There's 300 people at home waiting for the next episode. Even though we said in the show, in the song that you sang, it'll only happen when we are in the car. All of a sudden, there's no more room in the car for me.
To be fair, I never told you that we're canceling anything.
No, but you said there's no room for you.
I never said that.
You showed me a picture.
That was one ride.
You see that magazine back there?
That was one
That
ride.
magazine has more room than I had. Let me tell you something. Both my right abo cheek and my left abo cheek were crammed on 2 people, sitting there like legs squished. And you know what?
That was one particular day.
Slow down.
Slow
your roll. I said, okay, I'll put the bag in the trunk. I open the trunk. There's no room in the trunk. Are you kidding me? Anyway, so I took that as a slap in the face, and I said, all right, Hank, is this the story? He goes, yeah, that's the story. In the summer, I drive everyone. There's no room. He basically canceled the show in a nice way, and I think it's because Uncle Ronnie, let's go back to Uncle Ronnie for a minute.
Yeah.
Uncle Ronnie made you do this because he's aware of your media presence lately. And he said, that's it. He arranged for the West cronies to come in the car, and he arranged for the show to be over. But you know what? Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Because I'm not just answering to you, even though your name is on the show title. There's 300 viewers at home that are begging for content and they expect it. They've come to expect it. And who do you think you are disappointing the greater softball community? That's just the bottom line. So that's where we were. That's where we are. How do we reconcile the differences? I cannot say the deals that were made off camera, but let's just say that Hank is back, and we even have one of the cronies, David Cohen, behind Hank right now in the car hiding. Yes, he's hiding. By the way, underrated. David was telling us prior to pressing record that he used to be growing up with Allie Marshall and some dude named Douglas Goldenberg, and he called a softball legend. And I trust him, because if he's in the same caliber as Allie, we know you watch the show. Tell us about your days in the comment section playing with David. That's Raymond the Barber, Elvis Shalom's son. And tell us about, what else? Douglas Goldenberg, which I never heard of. Is he related to Asaf Goldenberg? Doesn't know. Halal boy? Married to Nahum. We're getting closer on this path of discovering Douglas. Anyway, that's number one. We wanted to address the elephant in the room. Now, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Hank. Hank, talk to us about your...
So we were delayed another week. We could have gotten the show started probably last week, Monday. But I went to China on a trip, and obviously we weren't going to do a trip that has to be in the car. I don't go in the car in China, so it's just, flying to China, hopping from factory to factory.
How was that?
It was a fascinating trip. So usually when I go to China, it's just for the Canton Fair. I go for a week, go to the Canton Fair, run around the fair, see a couple of factories, and come back. This trip was focused more on going from province to province, factory to factory. You probably hit up like 20 factories within their showrooms, and their some of these factories had their factories within the confines of the showroom, so that was pretty cool. But it's rigorous. I'm talking bullet trains, domestic flights all over the country, within China. You're driving an hour and a half to each, from factory to factory to factory. It's a very, very rigorous thing, but it's great because you get to see the factories face to face. You get to discuss new product. You discuss pricing.
How is the tariff situation with them? Like, is it on their mind?
You know what? So anybody that's out there that doesn't know what to do about the tariff situation, and factories are not budging on price, they're not helping,
go to China.
You gotta see them face to face. Whether they're coming to you, which they probably won't, you gotta get on a flight, you gotta get on a plane and fly there, sit across from there on their desk, boiling hot sun, 105 degrees.
They want you to feel their pain, it sounds like.
They'll pour you some tea, and you gotta just hammer them on price, and they'll always come back because they're hungry for business.
Now my question is it true that they eat dogs and rats and people and stuff like that?
So it is true that they eat all that stuff, but they wouldn't offer it to you. They're not gonna give you dogs and rats. But after a long day's work, they'll offer you, come with us to dinner and have some eel, or have some whatever.
What did you eat for a week and a half?
So there was food in Shanghai. There's a kebab there. But my dad came with me. He literally lived off of fruits and coffee the entire time. So God bless my father.
And what about you?
75 and going strong.
Listen, your dad, legend. By the way,
Legend.
People don't even know how good of a hitter your dad was. Back in the shift day Yisrael
Famous,
days.
by the way, Chucky Abadi went over to my dad. He's like, "You think you were anything? You think you're anything? Your son kicks your apple."
Really?
He told him straight. It's like, I saw you and I saw you, and I know it.
He's one of the few that actually saw both generations. I mean, I used to be in shift day, and your dad used to come and take batting practice, just to TO, like we were all playing ball on like visiting day, and your dad used to clock the ball.
Interesting.
And, yeah, cool. I never told you this, by the way, but like Solomon was there.
Already.
Your brother Solomon, he was in his 40s, and your brother Solomon was in camp at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I saw this morning in shul, by the way. And your brother Solomon's like, my dad, what a hitter! I'm like, okay, takes the back clock. And your uncle Moshe, by the way. Yeah, no, ropes. Your uncle Moshe, Elvis Shalom, was legit an awesome athlete. I don't know if you know this.
I've seen video of him on the YMSL feed, YouTube YMSL feed. It has some old-time games, like from the 70s and the 80s. And my Uncle Moshe was on those films.
So your Uncle Moshe, just quick before we get back on topic, your Uncle Moshe, he was the official quarterback for us in Deal Yeshiva. He was our Pismon teacher for all the grades, and he was an unbelievable quarterback. He had a cannon. He used to not even like wind up. He used to go sit back in the pocket and go boom and fire dimes to everybody. And he used to like do play-by-play. He was the first person they used to do play-by-play while we were playing. Probably the first person I ever heard doing play-by-play was Young Moshe. Anyway, back to your China.
One thing about the China trip. So at the end of one of the days, probably the hardest day that we had, I think it was Wednesday night. It was Wednesday. We basically we traveled 2 provinces, Xiamen and Shaozhou. And the plan was, at the end of the Shaozhou trip, we're going to go into a domestic airport in Shaozhou and then fly back to Shanghai. And the next morning, take a flight back to JFK. Okay. 8:30 p.m. was the scheduled flight time out of Shaozhou. Half hour before we get to the airport, the skies open up in China. Okay.
Sounds like M&S.
The guy that was with the Chinese guy that coordinated our trip, he said, yeah, a typhoon just started. We called it a typhoon. He's like, these typhoons could go on for weeks.
Oh my gosh.
The downpour that was coming down, like I know all the M&S guys have been seeing rain by night, like downpours. Those downpours are like 20 minutes, a half hour, an hour, and it's like destroying the fields.
3 hours of a flood.
These downpours, so that particular night was typhooning for 8 hours straight. I'm talking like the hardest downpour you ever saw in New York. Double that.
Flooding on the spot.
Insane rain.
What do you do?
Canceled. Every single flight got canceled. We went back to the ticketing desk 3 times to change our flight. P.S. We got out of the airport. We flew out of that airport back to Shanghai at 3:30 in the morning.
That's insane.
8:30 p.m., 3:30 in the morning.
Is that how every other flight was also able to?
That was hell.
We made it back home.
We got no sleep. We had 2 meetings in Shanghai the next day, and then we flew back to JFK. Thank God we got home. I thought we were going to spend Shabbat in China.
Miserable. Sounds miserable, honestly. And you had basically didn't eat anything. I mean, Baruch Hashem, matzliach trip. I mean, inshallah that you make a lot of money from the trip. That's so we touched upon the fallout. We touched upon your China trip. Also, by the way, this segment's been brought to you by the Ohos. Beautiful sunglasses. Let's get another one in there while we're at it. Bracelets and bands. So, see this custom pin they did with this lab-grown diamonds for me? I got word, and I just want to give a props to the studio audience at home, that this spot that we talk about, bracelets and bands, already produced 5 sales. And 5 people have purchased jewelry from Jack Rubin BB. It's not expensive. You have legit the custom jewelry. A lot of these G's, they want their custom piece. Send a picture. They'll do it for you, lab grown or not. Whatever you want, they'll do for you. And the pricing, you could speak for it. You bought your wife studs. The pricing is second to none. And Jack Rubin, nobody better. I would legit, he's one of the few people I would trust.
Such an easy guy to deal with.
Number one. So that's 2. We have 2 more sponsors we'll get to after. So those are the first 2. Now, it's funny, the last time we recorded, it was prior to having named 2 World Series champions. And we were going into a World Series in the YMSL of Big Red Machine taking on the 12 Commandments. And those are the top 2 seeds. And what was your call? I think you made an incorrect prediction.
Yeah, so I got to go on the record. So I was all boastful about the fact that my predictions were spot on in the semifinals, even the wild card matchup. I said the Tar Heels were going to win. The wild card matchup going into the semis, I called every single one on the team in the game. I said Big Red is going to win at 3. I said the Savon Soft Commandments were going to win in a sweep in the semis. That was perfect. Then I went on record to say that the 12 Commandments were going to beat Big Red in the World Series in 3 games. There's a famous video going around. It's very prominent on the Big Red Machine chat of me going like this.
With your deformed fingers.
Can
we see them again?
No.
Can we see them?
No.
I mean, there's already a sticker happening.
It's very embarrassing.
Let's see your deformed fingers. What is that? How did that even happen?
It's the way God created me.
It's like a claw.
You have a problem?
Do I have a problem? No, but you do, apparently.
You make fun of Down syndrome children? That's the way Hashem made them. Hashem made them with deformed fingers.
I believe that was a bit of an extreme jump.
No, not at all.
You having deformed fingers is a different topic
it
altogether.
It definitely is. Thank God I have not Down syndrome. But
where are you, like...
The way God created me was with deformed. You know what? You also have deformed fingers. Show your fingers.
My hand. I could be a hand model.
Ew.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
I'm
turn them this way.
I'm like George Costanza. I don't know what you're talking about. I have a beautiful hand.
Okay. That's enough.
What'd you say, clubby? What'd you say? What'd you say, hook? What'd you say, claw? Stubby?
Anyway, so that GIF was going around.
Still is. I saw it in the chat this morning.
And that was actually taken during game 2. So game 1 was already blown by Big Red. I was like why? How did they blow that game? They're gonna need that game. Dollar games, I thought that the 12 Commandments were gonna come out firing game 2, 3, and 4. And it was just flat for the rest of the series.
Weird.
And at game 2, when they were down, I think they were down 1-0. I thought that the 12 Commandments were easily gonna come back and win that game. And they just remained flat. And they remained flat. That game.
So what's the
game 3, game 4, and they were
listen, obviously you give credit to Yedid for mowing down that lineup. However, there's more at play over there. Because you have a lineup like the 12 Commandments stacked from top to bottom. All we're talking about all season is how deep their lineup is and how if the top's not going, the bottom could carry it. And we always said, wait till they all click, and that's what they're going to be amazing. So it's funny. The bottom was carrying them in the semifinals, and then the top was flat, and then the bottom went flat.
It wasn't really the bottom of their lineup. It was just different guys. It was Bernie and Barsano who came to play in the semifinals versus Tarios, and those guys were basically non-existent in the World Series.
Non-factors, yeah.
Everybody was non-factors. You're talking about Saban. Nutty was not there. Where was Nutty? Nutty was the talk of the town.
We all said it in the moment. Nutty is a super streaky guy. If you're getting hot nut, then boom.
He never got hot again.
Right, so that's, I saw him last night in the 2 innings that he played in M&S. Also, didn't scorch the ball. You have to wait till he gets hot again. That's what he is. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a colossal disappointment from 12 Commandments. Maybe on the mound.
Is it credit to Max, or is it credit to just them not showing up hitting?
No, you can't say that. I mean, I always will give the mindset. You always got to give credit to the team that wins, because you still have to play defense. You still have to pitch. And you still have to get enough hits. I mean, you're not even giving enough credit to the fact that the game went to extra innings and Yogi, big dumper, just hit a walk-off. Like, that's also iconic. It's an iconic moment. So, it's not like they were not battling. 12 Commandments was battling. If 12 Commandments wins that game, all bets are off the next game. You know what I mean? And that's why Yogi's hit will be forever living in infamy, a walk-off hit.
Fun fact I have to mention, in that game, Yogi was having a rough time at it. He hit into a double play and he struck out versus Navy in that game.
Everyone forgets about that. It's amazing.
Of course everybody forgets, because he was the hero.
Yep.
He's still the hero. And you know what? I'm sure no one was thinking in his head, I might have to give the World Series MVP to Yogi also because of that big hit. But
gotta give it to the quarterback, gotta give it to the D. Always, that's the way it is. Anyway,
he was the guy that shut down that team.
I think
colossal collapse by a team that scored 8 runs every single game, besides for 2, I believe. I think Jack Abadi pulled this stat. They scored 8 runs in every single game, besides for 2 in the regular season.
That's crazy. They're an offensive juggernaut.
Crazy?
It's an offensive juggernaut. I mean, I know a Saban, I spoke to him by Jackie Sutton's wedding, which was right before the World Series. He was like getting prepared for it. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the fire in Saban's eyes. He looked almost like timid. Saban, you ready for the World Series? Well, I'm like, no, Saban, are you ready for the World? Well, Saban, are you ready for
Jesus.
We have a tenant father in the car. What's going on? What's happening here? Rabbi Semach, what are you going to tell him?
I'm sure, listen, Ezra Semach, I'm sure you're watching this. I love you.
I'm sure he is, by the way.
This is what I do. I record podcasts. Not a big deal. It's not so bad.
What did you say? If you lose Hank, you lose who? You lose Hank, you lose Joey Dweck. Yes. Okay. That's right, Rabbi Semach. We love you. I'm sure he's going to see this all of a sudden. I see you're getting a little uncomfortable, and I see David in the back seat making his faces. He's making... By the way, the gloves are always off on this show. That's just the way it is, and it's the reason why it makes it successful. Anyway, I think let's put a bow on the World Series for YMSL.
So like, just to cap it off, we were all Chronicles long, throughout the first 12 episodes, since the YMSL draft started, we were saying that this YMSL season was a formality. It was being played as a formality.
Yeah, everyone said 12 commandments.
Were going to walk into the World Series. I saw there was a text from Joe G saying there's no point to playing this playoffs. 12 commandments are going to win.
I was talking to my brother, by the way,
fashion.
and after they beat him in the regular season, he's like, this team is just too good. It's too good. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, as cliche as it sounds, that's why you play the game. So, congratulations, Big Red. Congratulations, Maxi Deed on the mound. Congratulations, Elliot Saka as a captain. Tremendous job. Charles Saka had a great year also. He won the batting title, right? Sammy Saruya, rookie on the rise. Superstar bona fide. First year in the league, wins the ship. Probably going to be going number 1 overall in the draft next year, if I had to guess. Tremendous season all around. If I'm forgetting someone, it's because you were not noteworthy in my mind. That's it. Now, before we transition on to the Brooklyn World Series, I wanted to also plug G&G Realtors, powered by Milo Sutton. There are still some last-minute rentals. I don't even know if that's true. I haven't spoken during a bit, but there are definitely houses available for sale. A few of them under contract. I know Hashem through attorney review, and there's a few of them that are amazing deals, just new on the market, great areas near shuls. Call my mom, 732-996-1125. That used to be my phone number until she stole it when I went to Israel, by the way. Yep, fun fact. And then when I came back, I was getting a million real estate calls. I'm like, Ma, what is happening? Oh, yeah, I took your number. I was 18. I'm going to take it. I got my number now. That's the number I have since. But either way, call Milo Sutton. Great houses available. And G&G. Now let's move on to the BKS World Series. You know nothing about it. So I'll do a little talking. I will tell you, Hebrew Hammer and Morty Shrem, who are, I wouldn't say aiding Jackie Schwecke, but kind of like took the reins from Jackie Schwecke, really put on a show. And I gotta really tip the cap. I mean, not just because they called me and hired me to MC the day, which, guess what?
It's a good start.
Really smart decision because I bring the energy for the entire duration of the World Series, and I'm doing the walk-up announcing each player and the lineups and the play-by-play. They actually did something very interesting. They had a DJ there, DJ Elixir, I forgot his name. Nice kid, I'll look it up in a minute. I'm so sorry if I forgot your name. And they hooked me up to the PA system, and I had a hot mic, and I was announcing play-by-play. But when I wanted to not have the whole field hear me, I just moved the mic out of my face. But when I wanted to announce something like in the moment, I was announcing. You heard me on the loudspeaker. So it really brought that energy to the game, constant. It's a play-by-play call with music at all given times with the DJ. There was melted ice cream, not his fault, just melted. It was a good thought though. And what I will give credit to, he had a great venue. He did a matinee game on Fireman's East. And you had a huge crowd there. Everyone, the bleachers were packed. All the families were there. It was gorgeous. 1 o'clock on a Sunday. So it was good timing. Everyone had their mornings. And I will tell you, the games were all super close. And I'll fast forward to the last at-bat. By the way, the 2 pitchers from the mound, Ray Sakal, won his 3rd World Series in 4 years. Against this kid, Selim Kalouf is on fire. And Selim Kalouf looked good. I'm not gonna lie, he looked good, but walked too many guys, and that's gonna lead me into this Assis conversation in a minute. But he walked too many guys, but he definitely has heat, definitely can be a difference maker on the mound. He's raw, very, very raw. Biggest hit of the day was by Kemi Mala, a gapper into the left field gap in Game 3 of the World Series. However, fast forward to the bottom of the 7th in Game 3, Mickey Epstein steps to the plate with the bases loaded. 2 out, tying run on base. And Mickey, who was hitting the ball very well, and you know Mickey very well, you play with him, he's a good hitter.
Credit to Mickey, he's been with you, and he stayed all throughout, it seems.
No, so he took a year off.
Take a year off?
He went to, actually, and I'm not even just making this up, he went to the islands to study to be a doctor. Something, I don't know. He went to Bermuda. He actually said this to me. I'm like, what? So he actually took a year off, went to Bermuda or something.
With the beard or without the beard?
No beard, clean shaven, sticky Nicky. Came back, and he joined the team, went to the World Series, As we know, the 1 and 2 seed both got unceremoniously knocked out, and the 3 and the 4 seed came in and they put on a show. Neil Schwecke looked good. All these guys look good. I was very impressed with the gameplay. Some good players on the field. Great job by the league overall, like I said. But Mickey Epstein had a hot shot up the middle to end the World Series. Snagged into the stomach of Ray Secal. Flips to the plate to end the World Series. It was
at the plate.
Yeah, you can watch it on the M&S feed. I actually uploaded that video, and I also think they put it on their YouTube as well. But great World Series, great vibes.
Good for them.
Good, you know what? Really, really good job. The momentum of the BKS is really at an all-time high. It really is.
And I really hope that, as much as I'm a part of the YMSL and I want to see the YMSL get better in talent, I don't want to be stealing another league's talent.
So Hank, that's not anyone's fault but the people in the YMSL. So I can name names because
Not true.
Yes, it is true. The Jimmys of the world, the Teddies of the world, they recruit.
What Hammer and Morning Shrimp did in the BKS, all the things that they added to make it more exciting and better, which they did this year, that's going to keep guys there.
I hope so.
That is going to keep guys.
I mean, Hank,
the fact that Morning Shrimp himself is not in the YMSL.
Hank, when I was running the league and doing everything I could possibly do to keep it, you
didn't bring a DJ to the World Series.
I mean, forget the World Series. I'm talking about the league in general. When I had to really resuscitate it from death, which it was like it was gonna fold, and it still had guys being recruited, and the guys weren't leaving on their own. And I'll even point to guys like Eddie Harari.
I distributed one here, right?
You were moving to Jersey anyway. That was when you were moving to Jersey. I don't blame you at all. But guys like Eddie Harari, who were a captain in the COVID year, and then we didn't end up drafting that year because we couldn't have a year that year, and then all of a sudden he just abandoned the league and went to. That was because he was recruited. Guys like Alan Jamal was recruited. Right. Guys like Sasson, no, he actually played. There were guys that got recruited. And I can keep on going. I can keep on going. There's so many names I can go over. But you know what? It is what it is. I mean, I hope you're right. I hope they keep their talent there. And I think that you're right, to their credit. They found the right niche. They found the right mix. They found the right age. And they found the right group. And that's not an easy thing to do. I had to go the Ashkenaz route. They went actually almost 9. And I was super impressed with it.
Very young.
But yeah, let's put a wrap on the BKS World Series. By the way, Yusuf Tabcard. Now that I'm mentioning BKS, it reminds me of Sammy Assis, who used to be commissioner there. Yusuf Tabcard, another guy that left, by the way. Yusuf Tabcard, you could swipe your transactions and save on tuition. Now let's actually bring in David for this conversation. David, are you?
Which conversation?
David, can you come to the middle for a second? No, I'm going to talk about Yusuf right now. Come to the middle.
Let's go about Yusuf.
Come to the middle. I want to ask him if he even knows what this is.
No.
David, come to the middle for a second.
It's not necessary.
For 1 second. Stop.
David, well, you're after.
All right, I'll talk to the ghost of David right now. David, do you know that there is something called the Yusuf Tab Card, where you can take your bank account and you can sync up your bank with this debit card and all approved stores, the Jerusalem Blocks of the world, all those, any store that you shop in right now, and your wife shops in right now, and your kids shop in right now, it goes straight to your tuition savings. So not only can I get points on a credit card, instead of getting 5 points on a credit card, it goes straight to tuition that is donated by the store. So why are you not on the Yusuf Tab Card? Can I have you commit right now?
I'm not aware.
See? You see? He wasn't aware, even though he won't come on camera. He said he wasn't aware. And right now, David, go on YusufTabCard.com, and I believe Attended is a part of this program. Save tuition for free. For free! It's a one-stop solution.
I put in Yusuf and I'm on some Islamic State site.
No Islamic State. Yusuf Tab Card. UCEFTABCARD.com. Not why? No, we're not talking about some Islamic State site. Anyway, so that's by the way, I think we just made a sale for David, and it's not a sale; it's free. You're saving tuition. Anyway, what's next on the topic list? Oh, care tournament. Before we get on to the care tournament, I want to unveil something that I'm going to be using when I figure out how to use it for M&S. And even for that matter, for DFL, which is my football league, which the last 5 spots of registration are open. If you're watching, sign up.
Is M&S ever going to play a game?
Well, we're not getting there yet. I'm showing what this is. We'll talk about that in a minute. And also, I'll be using this for TNL and all the sports that I record and announce.
Open it already?
This is the M7, the Hohem M7. Now, it sounds like a mock something, like a government program item, and it is. And it is. This, my friend, is a gimbal for a smartphone. Essentially, you attach your phone to this, and there's AI tracking on it. And this piece over here that you're looking at, you could actually, on the remote, which is over here, let's say I want to follow the ball, and I see a softball, or a player even.
Nobody sees it. Yeah.
You touch that person or that object, even on your phone you could do it, and then this AI tracker, it goes in every direction, up, down, left, right, every direction it unlocks. And it can follow, and this extends also, by the way, if you want to see. It can follow whatever object the player, and you don't got to do anything. I just got to hold it. And I no longer will be sitting there with my tripod and my, $1,000 camera.
Can you follow the ball?
I believe so. I did it on a basketball. I don't know about softball. We'll find out. But I may just do it on a player. Maybe I'll do it on the batter.
Good for hockey.
It's
follow
good.
The puck.
It's good for anything. So that's what I'm excited about. I have all the contraptions, the handles, the extra batteries, and the best part. I also bought the microphones, and one clips onto me, and one clips onto a player. So we can have a mic'd up player while we're doing this, and I'm learning. Trust me, I'm on my 4th YouTube tutorial of how to master this. But once it's mastered, I am unrolling this. I think the first time I'm going to use it is Hot Shot Tournament basketball when I do it for Mag and David in next Sunday. And after that, we're going to unveil it for M&S. Now, talk about M&S.
Okay, so...
Brother, how cool is that?
Pretty cool. I mean, I have to see it in action.
Me too.
Sounds great.
Expensive. It's expensive.
Yeah?
It's expensive.
Yeah. It's been very frustrating. Every single night we're getting rain in the forecast. And it's really raining. I'm talking...
Trust me, I know.
Typhoons. There were a couple of frustrating nights where other leagues were getting their games in. Just gotta call out you and Max on this one. You guys gotta get those games in. The fields are a little messy.
What games are you referring to? Because we were as a game that was a tornado warning. We played.
Last week there was one. Yeah, you played very late.
Okay, we played.
Why didn't you get the field ready?
Hank, the field was underwater.
We
sat there. We have diamond dust, 10 bags of diamond dust. Do you understand what's going down? This is not a normal year. I mean, every year we deal with rain. It's always in the forecast, but not like this.
It does sound like Max, who usually is right on it, cleaning the fields every single year, he's getting a little too busy for himself. He's not able to clean the fields as he used to clean the fields when he had LBA hiring 4 Mexicans to clean the fields.
Yeah, but LBA also has a $30,000 gator that does it for you in 10 minutes. Max sits there for 4.5 hours.
It's not a gator. It's work.
It's a gator.
It's money. You got to spend the money.
When you have money flowing in from 48 sponsors a day.
There's a lot of money coming in from every single league player. There's a lot of money coming in.
Not really as nearly as much as you think.
There's money there.
The overhead is way more than you could imagine.
There's a lot of overhead, but you got to use that overhead. You got to use that money that you're getting from the players to make the fields perfect.
I will tell you, there is a balance of when that overhead becomes here instead of there will be no more league. Because we don't do this. I love everybody. We run this league for 18 years. It's a pet project of ours. We enjoy it. We hope everyone enjoys it. But at the end of the day, if we're not making money off the league a little bit, then there's really no point of the league for us. We're doing it as an extra to help. So when you're...
I don't know if people want to hear that.
I mean,
as consumers.
I don't care if you want to hear it or not. It's a fact. I'm not breaking even on M&S. It's just not happening. At the end of the day, it is a business. Yeah, no, I will never shy away from that. I will tell you that till I'm blue in the face. I'm not breaking even on M&S. And until I get 1,000 sponsors, can't count me to LBA because that's the nature of their business is sponsorship.
And once you get sponsors, you're going to be bottle to the sponsors.
Right. I mean,
it's not going to be a players league anymore.
Right. So if you want it to be a players league, so it's tough. I mean, this is a very, we'll call it as it is, a perfect
balance.
No, it's a perfect storm. Get it? So every single night we're getting at 8 o'clock in the forecast pouring rain, and that's a problem. So we announced it yesterday. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it now that you're not on your Instagram, but we made a show yesterday that be prepared. We are looking at the schedule today. There will be a Sunday where we will be doing a full YMSL type Sunday where every team will be playing on multiple locations to make up for a full week's loss. Now, it's going to be a little tricky. It's going to be tricky. I'll tell you why it's going to be tricky, because there's a team that got rained out twice. So we're going to just make sure to get matchups in, at least 3 matchups going on at the same time, 2 to 3 matchups at the same time. Let's say we'll get Fireman's Playground and Fireman's East, whatever, and then we'll have maybe even separate hours. We'll do it. We'll have a full day of softball, and I know you love your beach days, so we won't do it where it's inconveniencing you, but guess what? We're at the point where we can't miss out on portions of the schedule, so that will help us make up for it in a way where I think it's like the best balance of making up for it. That's number one. And also, Saturday night is remaining on the table for teams, and yeah, we'll play late. It is what it is. We already proved we can play with 2. As long as we have umpires and willing players, we'll do that as well if it helps accommodate you if you need your beach day. So either way, that all being said, we don't plan on missing any games. We plan on making up the games, and if the season has to go a little later, it has to go a little later. Like, look at the forecast for this week. Tonight we actually don't have games on schedule, so whatever. But tomorrow training, Thursday training. If we can get Wednesday in, we're gonna do it. But if we see it's gonna be pouring at 8 o'clock again, we're just gonna call it off. I don't want people coming in. You think it's easy? Like, I want to apologize to a few guys. I know last week Maxie Dean and Nathan Kushner and company crossed the Verrazano, and then we made a call. But you got to be on standby. At least in our scenario right now, we can't just call a game at 5 o'clock, especially when it doesn't rain until 8. Like, what are you supposed to do? So that's why when Staying Alive, and by the way, peek behind the curtain, when Staying Alive, who didn't play a game yet, last week was they were getting rained out, tornado warnings.
Melech wanted to change his team name.
To what? I saw it also. It's pretty funny. But either way, Melech, we have a chat. We made a side chat of me, Melech, Max, and Sammy Saruya about that game. And we were all on video calls and talking, what do we do? It was 7:05 already. Everyone already committed to play. There was no one not coming in from Brooklyn or the city already. So we said, listen, if we have to call, we have to call, but let's wait. And at the time, I got a notification on my phone, the tornado warning. And there was like cows flying like in my backyard. It was insane. It was pouring. And we had to make an unfortunate call and call the game. Then all of a sudden, God bless Soli Assis, who was on Vandalay Industries, he went to the field. He said, guys, it rained everywhere but the field. The field is bone dry. So we're like, okay, let's get the game back on. It's raining a little bit, but let's play. We did.
And you had guys turn back.
Credit to the umpires, Carlo and Eddie. They said, we'll come back, and they sat on the field till 2 a.m. We started at 10 o'clock, 10:07 p.m. It was a wild, wacky night, and we had to get the games in. The main reason we had to get the games in, because Staying Alive didn't play yet. And Melech, I still have the voice note saved. He left a very, we can't repeat the words exactly, because there's some vulgarities there, and we are in a tenant-approved show right now. He's not paying attention, but yes, he is. Okay. The voice note essentially said, we must get the games in. I don't care. The amount of things I had to do to pull off to get this game in, assuming pulling Joe West and Stephen getting you off the tennis court is what he's talking about. To get these games on tonight, I don't care what time it is. I don't care what. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We are playing. After game 1, which was super late because Assis walked 14 batters. Insane. We'll get to that in a minute. But Melech actually tried to pull guys. It's so late. I'm beat up. Max, to his credit, said, well, hold on a second. Pulls up the voice note and presses play. He looks at Melech, and Melech's like, nothing to say. He's like, play ball. And we played, and guess what? I had to wake up for DOF the next morning. Max TO'd. Max actually stayed till 2, whatever. I went home. It was like 11:30 at night, which is insane already. Credit to the players. There was one casualty. Ralph Wamashama was still crying about it, and I feel bad, but whatever. Sorry, not sorry. Bernie also. So Bernie, I told game was off because we called the game. So Bernie didn't make it, but it was a split. It was an actual split. So everyone's kind of not so upset. It was fun games. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there was some insanity going on. But that's the state of the league. So right now, every team played, but we are definitely behind schedule. But be prepared to play on Sunday. That's the bottom line.
So after seeing every single team play, Which teams look great to you? Which teams look faltering? Which teams are missing pieces?
Kaboom, I think, is the favorite right now. That's Ori Adler's team.
Yeah.
Their team is legit.
So coming out of the draft, I would have told you. I told you that I thought Kaboom had the best team.
AB looks awesome on the mound. That's really the key.
Yeah, he hasn't skipped a beat since the Tar Heels. He skipped one beat.
I mean, he skipped the last beat.
He skipped one beat versus the 12 Commandments. But ever since then, AB's just a guy with a lot of these young guys coming to the league, the young influx. AB knows how to pick those guys apart. I was watching one particular at bat where he was pitching to Jojo Levy.
He's got a big swing.
And I was watching the live feed, and I was getting excited because I knew AB was going to pick this kid apart. New kid, he's good power, good hitter, but he's a BKS kid.
Right.
He never saw a real pitcher before.
Kaloof.
AB just strike one on the inside.
Dominated him.
Strike one on the inside, strike one on the inside, strike two on the inside, and then he went away.
Sure that wasn't Hammer?
No, this was Jojo Levy.
Oh.
You can rewatch it. He went away with a fastball, and he just flailed at it, and he popped it up to
He's a young kid. He's going to learn. By the way, Jojo Levy.
He's going to get better.
You mentioned Jojo Levy. He was lights out in right field.
Yeah.
And he made every play. Got a great beat on every ball, and that also will lead to the next team. That's the Saban team. The Saban team, King Solomon Pardue X, yeah, they split. They look good.
Wait, 1 second. Back to Tori's team. A guy like Nutty was picked that early, cold. I think he was 1 for 8.
Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
12.
They're still good.
He doesn't look good.
Morty Shrimp
They
steal the
keep
draft.
batting him. They keep batting him 1 or 2.
They have to trust him. They have to.
But they got to move him down to 4. Is he a setup? Is he a guy that can set up? He's a power.
Yeah, but you imagine you have a setup table, then you have a weak pop up to the infield or a flare to right. It's not going to do much.
I feel like batting 4th.
I don't think you're wrong.
Morty Shrimp to 1.
Okay, so let's talk about Morty Shrimp. Steal of the draft, and I don't care how much season we have left to go. Morty Shrimp is a damn good player. Morty Shrimp last night, actually, because A.B. Sackett was stuck in traffic, pitched the first inning. And he pitched in Brooklyn, so disclaimer, it's not his first time pitching.
Did you guys get the whole night in last night?
We got 2 innings in, honey. Yeah, we talk about your monsoon, but whatever, we'll get to that in a minute. Actually, we'll not get to that in a minute. Morty Shrimp struck out. Who strike out on the mound? He struck out a big player. I forget who. He looked awesome. Morty Shrimp could throw strikes hard. Morty Shrimp we saw last week is a dynamic shortstop. Morty Shrimp could hit, putting balls in the gap.
Yeah.
He's taken the 5th, 6th round. No more. He will be a 2nd, 3rd rounder next year.
Insane.
He's that good. And it's all the hair. There's no question about it. It gave him confidence. It gave him that. He's strutting his stuff when he walks around. Morty Shrimp.
It's like Shimshona Gibor, when he had the hair, he was strong.
We just gotta hope Delilah doesn't come while he's namming.
Exactly.
Because I do know that he has a girl in tow at the field. So let's see. But bottom line is that Kaboom team is good. Very good. I think they're the favorite. King Solomon only saw one team.
And this guy Minzer, everybody keeps underrating.
Power bat.
He's not underrated anymore. I'm officially going to talk about him every single show.
He's a good hitter.
Stop sleeping on the guy. Stop sleeping.
Mike plays good second base too.
Even Ori. I love Barry, but I think Minzer's a better hitter than Barry. He took him a whole round before. He took Barry an entire round before Minzer.
You're saying why their team is good, though.
Minzer is coming into his zone, and he's been good for the past couple of years already. He's a real bat.
No, but he was clocking the ball last week, and
he's slow as molasses.
Yeah, but to his credit, another part of his game.
He has a good glove.
Very good glove at second base.
It's a very solid glove.
Not making errors, I'll tell you that. He looks good.
Better at second base than at third base.
No, he doesn't belong at third. He belongs at second base. But that team to me is again, we're a week or 2 in. They're the favorite. Saban team look good, look strong. Bananas, I didn't see enough. We don't know. The jury's still out on the Vandalay Industries. I know you don't know, but they picked up Salim Levy as their pitcher.
It's crazy.
Because
is he really going to pitch?
He's really going to pitch. He's in.
Pitch?
Nope. Jimmy pitched in the 2 a.m. marathon. Looked okay at times, but he's not really a pitcher.
I don't think he's the guy.
No, they got Salim. Salim's the pitcher.
I want to talk about Jimmy as a pitcher. Last year in LBA, he pitched for us some real high leverage playoff games. He pitched really, really well. And after those games, I was like, you know what? Maybe Jimmy is a pitcher. Maybe he could pitch. Because what is he doing otherwise? He's playing first base and he's playing a terrible second base. Let him pitch. You know, if a team doesn't have a pitcher, let him be that guy. And you know what? when they took this Ben Hamel guy, which didn't pan out.
He broke his ankle.
And even from before the season, we were looking at it and saying, if this guy stinks, Jimmy's right there behind him. Jimmy can take them out. Jimmy hasn't been the same on the mound as he was last year. Even, now that he's in shape, you would think he's just as good or better. He's not there. Right? He's not throwing.
I think Jacobati.
I caught him in an LBA game, and it was like, dude, just throw the fastball over the plate. You can't do it.
I think Jacobati broke him. He suppressed him for so long. You thought he was a model citizen for so long, and then he just snapped. We need Jimmy to get back to normal.
So he snapped. That was just his mentality on the field, with the whole Assis thing, going crazy on the field. Blamed it on, I don't know.
No, there's and by the way, that was a bad. Assis' dad was there.
His dad was there. Jimmy says he didn't know it was his dad.
I don't care if he doesn't know if it was his dad. It was bad. Listen, Jimmy apologized since he felt bad.
Then there was Steven driving everybody crazy. Getting under everybody's skin.
Steven, whatever.
In that underrated way. Like,
right, no, it's passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
Right. By the way,
so that could have fueled the whole Jimmy fiasco. But yeah, Jimmy's been too quiet. He's been too kept under wraps. Kind of like T.I., what Jack did to T.I. So I'm not comparing T.I. to Jimmy in any way. They're two totally different guys, and they're both awesome. But those two guys were kept under wraps with the Jacobati team, and they came out of their shell. They're gonna come out.
No,
of
so
the shell.
Teddy, to his credit, he's still chill.
Looks subdued still.
He's still chill. I mean, Teddy's awesome. Teddy came to the field almost every night. He's calling games on the live. He's like very into it, and he's very chill. And he's not. I'm actually, and you know what it is? That Saban team is good for him. He's got Zach. He's got Yitz. By the way, Yitz shows up at 8:15.
He stunk.
No, he didn't. He had 2 runs.
Nah.
8:15. He was good.
I heard he didn't have his fastball. The guys were hitting him easy.
Nonsense. He came 8:15. The problem was he came at 8:15, and I dropped him to Deal Shul at 7:20. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. His car was there, and then he comes to the field, and I mean, that's when T.I. was right. He actually exploded. If you ever pull that ever again, because you're not going to hear the end of it. It's going to be a big problem. He's right. He's showing up at 8:14 for.
Ridiculous.
Because maybe Max told him that Saban's coming late, so he took I could come late also. We ended up starting the game at 8:08 or something, like a regular weekend. And Yitz was like, he came in with no cleats. It was a problem. But that's Yitz. He might
30 pounds overweight.
You might get there in the World Series too, but he looked awesome. He still he gave up.
He didn't hit a lick.
No hits. They didn't hit. That's the team. Saban's team. Nobody hit. Moshama didn't hit. Saban didn't hit. They actually intentionally.
Credit to A.B. Sack, I guess, right?
Yeah, A.B. Sack was great. They actually intentionally walked.
Was that you or was that the Tesla? That was pretty crazy.
That was pretty. We almost died just now.
It was partially the car.
By the way, they intentionally
the
walked.
car stopped by itself. Yeah.
They intentionally walked Zach Aloysius Ashkenazi to load the bases to get to Saban in the key spot, and Saban popped up to the infield. So it was pretty wild. So anyway, let's go back to the teams real quick. Kaboom, I think, is really good. I think Saban's team is going to be really good. Bananas didn't really get a chance to understand them yet. I had to see more of them.
I don't think they're going to come around.
Let's see Vandalay Industries. Let's see what the new look Vandalay looks like with a pitcher on the mound that could throw strikes. Staying alive. That's the big conundrum right now. That's the Saul Assis question mark. Saul Assis, all that smack talk and all of that hacky and all of that bravado and all of that, I don't even want. I could go back and he said Edmund.
Boy, did it fall flat.
Oh, Edmund said.
Boy, did it fall
he
flat.
said Edmund should get drafted in the 5th round and I should be a 1st rounder. That's what he said. Yeah. Like these lines you can't say if you're not going to back up. And what's my problem with it? Couldn't throw strikes. And I could see he has stuff. I could see he blows the ball, but he struck out Sammy Soria in the second half out of the game. Swinging. Like it was like a wicked pitch. But then when you fall behind and you can't throw that gimme strike and people are just going to wait and be patient, it was 14 walks. And then Richard Levy, waiting in the wings, came and pitched game 2. To Assis' credit, he didn't whiny and baby himself off the field. He played the infield, he played the out. He was happy to be a trooper.
He did give up 18 walks.
I mean, 14, but yeah, 14. Who's counting? But Richard Levy looked like a serviceable pitcher. Why? Because he threw strikes. So I'm talking to you all in the Pitchers Academy right now. If you can't throw a strike when you're down 2-0 in the count, you need to go back to the drawing board. You have to throw strikes. You're not. Your defense, even if you're awesome, you strike out 10 guys consecutively. The defense behind you is playing on their heels, and they can't make a play when the ball is put in play because there is no rhythm to the game. And I know you guys know this, but it's so frustrating to watch. And Assis, I know he knows he will get another opportunity. Melech invested a lot of draft stock into him, but she biffed.
So
then there's the Longhorns. Talk about them.
I want to talk about Assis. So Assis, Stephen Gidney saw him in an LBA game versus a really good lineup. Dominating. I'm talking like 2 strikeouts versus Nutty. Struck out Stephen. He made them look silly. Like he can show up when he's throwing strikes. He could shut down a team easily.
46 feet mound? 46 foot mound?
Yeah, same mound.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well, that day was different mound.
I'm just saying, I've seen Klein Park at 44 feet. Just saying.
I don't think it was the mound. I think it's just him.
Okay.
He's in his own head. You never know what you're going to get with Assis. Now, I was speaking to him last night. I was texting him. And he was texting me, did you see my performance in M&S last week? I told him, the people in M&S, in the entire community, they're ready to write you off. I'm like, you're almost done. You need to get your itchay back together. Otherwise, you're going to be an outfielder the next couple of games. You have a pitcher sitting behind you and a good pitcher. They're not going to just keep letting you go. Their season is on the line. They're not going to let you pitch if you keep doing this. You have to figure out how to throw the ball over the damn plate. He was like, I'm going to practice it. Like, yeah, it's about damn time you practice it. Why are you waking up now? This is not a new thing with Salah.
Because he's so used to being able to just click and strike out 4 guys in a row after walking the base alone. But that doesn't fly in leagues like
I had
M&S.
so much pressure, and Jimmy was up my back, and this and that, and this and that. You have to block out the noise.
That's what this league is.
You need to block the noise out.
You're going to get pressure.
I told him, talk to Edmund Beta. You think he doesn't get the same crap? He knows how to block out the noise.
He can't. He already talks crap about Edmund Beta, so he can't really ask Edmund Beta now. That's why
he's
you
up
can't.
a creek.
That's why you can't really dig your own grave with these pitchers.
That's what he did.
You need to be friends with all pitchers.
They're still boys, though.
Yeah, I saw them driving together to something.
They're still boys.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. And what did he reply to that?
I'm not going to read you off every single message.
Really? That quickly? Why such overreaction? Yikes!
Why such overreaction?
14 walks?
No overreaction. Nah. You shouldn't be overreacting. You shouldn't be overreacting to 14 walks. That's not so bad.
Okay. Longhorns, by the way, their team, Maxie D on the mound, they're consummate vets. They have some good young players. Again, they only played once. Very tough to gauge. I think they'll be all right as well. I think they're a playoff team. Which teams did we not reference? We said Sammy Sari's team. We said Uri's team. We said Saban's team. We said Melech's team. We said Max Deed's team. That's 5. What's the other 2? Why am I not thinking of them right now? Oh, Gabe Abadi, Thundering Hooves. Again, I didn't really get to see them in person, but Eddie Harari, I heard, looked very good.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, that is a very good sign. But again, I'm reserving judgment until I watch them live. And what's the last team that I'm not thinking of? Last captain? This is why it happens when I'm using my phone to record and not looking at my notes.
I think we have all 7.
No, I'm missing a team.
Sure?
Missing a team. Missing a team. Can't remember it. All right, my bad. Must you think of it right now. Give me another captain.
Sammy or Gabe? Same one.
You did. Melech. 7th.
And Beta.
Oh, banana. We spoke about all 7. You're right. The bananas.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, all 7.
Yeah, we got all 7. Okay, I was like, what happened? We forgot. Okay, cool. So that's the state of the league, Yanni, right now. Do we have some time to talk about this tournament? Care tournament?
Yeah, we have a few minutes.
Okay, so this is your baby. I mean, you have information. How many years is the Care tournament going?
4.
This is the 5th year?
It's the 5th year.
5th year. So you're more involved in the teams aspect of things.
Yeah.
I mean, I never even did media for them. I never did much for Care at all because I'm usually busy, especially at that time in the summer.
Let's talk about the date that this is happening. I was talking to the commissioners yesterday how perfect of a date this was. August 24th. So 2 things. First of all, it clears all of the other tournaments that happen in the J-Dub world or whatever. That's clear, okay? Secondly, it clears the YMSL schedule and the spring leagues. Every single person is going to have the opportunity to play in this league.
That's why they're filling up so fast.
Exactly. The third thing is, and this is very, very key, that AB Saka didn't even understand this. It's the first day of Rosh Chodesh Elul, which means
all the yeshiva boys.
That all the yeshiva boys are in because yeshiva starts the second day of Elisma.
That's called luck.
That is luck. That's straight up luck.
That's luck, yeah.
So they're getting an extra 30 players and all the money that comes together with all those 30 guys that they're collecting, and the teams are just getting better. There's a lot of yeshiva guys that know how to play ball.
Yeah, and we've established and learned that, but it's good to see these new faces, especially in tournaments like these. By the way, I know they had a pretty good first few days of raising, but another goal this year is to eclipse the 100,000 mark, and I think they could do it. I
think they're going to hit 100,000. They're going to do much better than they did in previous years because, again, you have more players, there's more excitement, and, you know, AB Saka, Morris Kasson, Ray Assis, they're able to ask for more from the players because there's more demand, and they're saying it off the bat. They're going like, we have demands for much more than 8 teams, but we only have room for 8 teams. But so if you're going to be a part of this tournament,
make it count.
You got to make it count, and you got to pitch in. We're going to make it great for the players, and they are making it great for the players. It's always a players' first tournament, but you have to come through for the organization, and that's very, very key. You got to collect, you got to give, open your pockets, and take the time out to collect money for this organization.
So I know there was a little bit of an issue with your SY Clones team trying to come.
Right.
So AB said this in the live feed. This is what I could tell you. AB's like, why would I allow that team to come if they're going to guaranteed to win, which we already established that's not necessarily the case always, but just be a favorite if I can make 2 to 3 teams out of that crew. So what happened there?
All right. So our team, if anybody doesn't know, the Cyclones squad, we play in full versus a bunch of Italians and Dominicans, but it consists of Zach, Jack, Maxi Deed, Uri Adler, Nutty Orbach, Soli Esses, Ellie Race,
Edmund Beta.
I mean, you name the player, Jimmy, it just keeps going and going. That team is very, very hard to beat unless you're Italian or Dominican.
Which they do. They beat you.
Which they did beat us. So we were intending to bring a team like that to the Care Tournament just to have a fun day, and we knew we would win.
It's not good for anybody, honestly.
But you know what? It wouldn't have been fun for anybody else. It would have been just fun for us, and I'm actually happy that AB Saka said no, because that's the right thing. People would have been deterred from joining the tournament in the first place, seeing a team like that join. So yeah, I mean, there's the teams that are coming together anyway. A lot of boys teams, a lot of very strong-looking teams.
Moshe Marcus actually asked me if I wanted to play on his team.
Why?
He says, I want to play with you.
Disgusting.
Because I know my team's not going to make some shot, but I want you to get in that batter too.
Does anybody know how fat your tuchus is right now?
Nobody knows. I don't think he even knows how I used to be decent. I'm like, Moshe.
That's when you were half your size.
I don't want to tear another ACL or break another ankle or tear another hamstring off the bone. I'll be on the sidelines if they ask me to, but that's about it.
So this tournament is not going to be a 2-tier tournament like we saw in RSK and other tournaments. It's going to be a 1-tier tournament. In other words, you're going to see some of the worst teams, the guys that are boys teams playing versus the top tier teams, maybe in the first round,
which will lead to some
games.
20-2 games. Also,
we're going to have some of that. We had that last year, but it's okay as long as when you get to the quarterfinals and semifinals games, they're going to be competitive. They're going to be competitive. That's where the fun really starts, unless you have a seeding game that's competitive, which happens. The teams that are coming together is as follows. We have Max Sutton's team, who are the defending champs. We're bringing back that team. It's me, Sammy Saruya, Max Sutton, Charles Sultan playing third. We have players like Yitz Safti. He's a yeshiva guy that's going to play because it's the first day of Rosh Chodesh. And then we have who else is playing the outfield? We have Momo Levy. It's basically a very young yeshiva team that's very Max Sutton oriented, with me sprinkled in, Avi Dweck, Ralph Hannon. It's a good team. It's a very solid team, but again, not over the top if we would win, it would be like kind of an upset win because there's other teams in the tournament that are still better than us.
Right, but you know what? We've seen it time and time again, tournament in, tournament out. It's not the star-studded team that wins. It's the team with the most gelling and coming together at the right time. And we've won together on a team that was not supposed to win. We went through that. It is what it is. Like, tournaments are a different animal. So, I mean, it's going to be a great day. I know they put a lot into it for the families and for the organization. CARE is a tremendous organization. I'm very familiar with what they do. I've done work for them and for their families and do like the nights for the parents and all that type of stuff. Great organization, great people, great cause, great day of softball. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Maxie D's bringing a team with a bunch of YMSL guys. Jacobati, Mo Shama. He's building a very solid team. They're looking like the favorites.
They never,
depending on who they get.
They don't win those teams.
Farka comes.
They don't win those teams. They don't win. They don't win.
You might be right. We're changing to the softer mush ball. It changes a lot there.
Different sport.
It's a different sport. You got to really change up. And then you have the Melonheads. We're coming with Morty Strem and Barsano. Those guys always put up a fight.
They make noise. You know what?
Awesome.
Why? Because they're together and they're a team.
But they're talented too. I mean,
right.
A lot of talent on that team.
We're pulling into
I think they're bringing Sabon to Alley also.
I love that. I love that. That reminds me of Noom Sanity when the Carlos Abadi boys added on and joined forces with Sabon. It was Sabon Sanity. The year before was Noomsi, and they combined and they won the World Series. Noom Sanity. That was Moni Abadi's last year playing softball. I don't know if you know him.
I don't know Moni.
He was a great third baseman. Anyway, it's been real. I had a lot of fun. Welcome back. We appreciate our live studio audience in the back, David hiding, and I think we did good. I think we did good for a comeback episode.
Yeah, we did all right.
No, come on.
Did you watch?
Come on, it was good. It was good.
Everyone loves some juicy SY softball hecky. It will only happen on Chronicles with Hank. Everyone's waiting for the next episode. It will only happen when we are in the car. Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles.